Greetings everyone, this is Indigo Child Network back with another pick a card for you. This one is titled, The Current Feelings of the Person on Your Mind Towards You. Of course we have number 1, which is the red, number 2, which is the yellow, number 3, which is the orange, whichever one you feel mostly closely connected to. Just skip to that one. We'll start with number 1 right now. Alright, so number 1's your first. Like I said, I'm going to pick up the cards, the oracle cards up at the very top, and we will get right into your reading. Alright, so let's see what we got here. The first one is titled, Will This Pain Ever Stop? Okay. Alright, we got that one, and the next one is, drugs and alcohol. And then last one is, it hurts so much. Okay, alright. Alright, number ones, already to a very weird start. So let's see what the tarot has to say for this reading. I don't want to give any sort of indicators on how I interpret it before I get into the tarot, because this is looking kind of iffy right now, number ones. I don't know what to really say. So let's see. Clarify these overall messages. What are the current feelings? Number one's person. The person that number one has on their mind right now. What are their current feelings towards them? Number one's person towards them. Alright. We got the Emperor, the Lovers, the Six of Wands, and then the nine, of Cups, and then the Two of Wands. Okay. So it definitely does look like there's some type of broken connection, but to me, it honestly looks like there's some type of work connection. Maybe it had something to do with like your job. Here, the Emperor came out, so Emperor symbolizes work, and if it has to be a situation, it symbolizes work, some type of workplace environment. This could even be school, but there was some type of situation where they felt like you two were embodied the lovers connection, which is like, the lovers in a connection are like two lovey-dovey people always around each other, and when the outside peanut gallery sees person A, they think of person B. You two are, let me put that down, inseparable. When a person sees person B, they think of person A automatically. So they really did enjoy your company, it seemed like. It doesn't really seem like this connection is actually ongoing currently. I don't know. I mean, for some of you it could still be, but it seems as though they definitely do miss the praise and recognition you may have given them. Maybe. With the Six of Wands. Next one here is the Nine of Cups. Okay. So, with the Nine of Cups, how I'm interpreting it is that it looks as though they feel alone in a crowded room. If you look at the picture, definitely with the picture with the ladybug and you got all the people over here, they're having a good old time. But I mean, it seems like it looks like they have everything together. But as far as like what you is concerned, it's like they don't feel whole. It doesn't look like they really feel whole anymore. I don't know what actually happened between the two of you. Even if you two are together currently, this connection seems like there's some type of strain in the relationship. We have, will this pain ever stop? Drugs and alcohol, and it hurts so much. Something happened. What happened, number ones? What happened? And it seems like, going back up to the overall messages up here, it almost looks as though they're trying to cope with the loss with drugs and alcohol. They may be, they may be diving a little bit too deeply into their toxic whatever they got going on. Drugs and alcohol does signify the most popular addictions, but it could also be, intercourse addiction. It could be a video game addiction. It could be a cleaning addiction. Whatever addiction it may be, they're trying to laser focus themselves into that particular addiction to get you out of their head, because it seems like there's something lost. So like there's some type of loss, some type of miscommunication, some type of disconnect. Like they either they miss you, they miss your presence, number one, or they miss what was once the relationship that they so loved so much. They miss the lover's energy between the two of you. And then last one here, might as well talk about it. The Two of Wands. They may be planning to start anew with you. They may be planning to either starting anew with you or just starting anew with thinking about themselves more, getting rid of the drugs and alcohol addiction, or getting their mental health, mental stability back in order. Yeah, and even if it isn't necessarily a work situation with the Emperor, it could signify that they're trying to take leadership in the relationship, in this relationship, or a relationship with themselves, or even with their family. It could be, even for some of you, the person that you're watching this reading for may have a family that is very prevalent in their lives. Either they have their own separate family, or they're the family between the two of you that they need to definitely work on. So, yeah, they're going through it, number ones. That's as much as I see for you. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell for new updates. If you're looking for a personal reading, all the information is down in the description. And I will see you next video. Bye-bye. Alright, number twos, you're up now. And this one, like I said before, is what are the feelings towards you from the person on your mind? What are their current feelings? I'm going to read the oracle messages that are up at the top, and then we'll get right into your reading. Alright, let's see what we got here. First one is, alright, people don't believe in me. Next one is, that's a long one. Okay, the passion I feel is overwhelming. I don't know how to handle this. Oh no. And then the last one here is, I don't understand. Alright, so a lot of conflicting emotions going on here, number twos. What is happening? Let's see. Alright, so let's see what is exactly happening with our handy dandy tarot deck. Let's see what the problem is. What are the current feelings of number two's person towards them right now? Okay, so what we have is Temperance, the Emperor, the Six of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and then the Three of Swords. Ooh. Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of apprehension, I guess, or conflicting emotions here with Temperance, then it's followed by the Emperor here, because these are two very, very different, very opposite, polar opposite kind of energies. The Temperance goes along with, holding back, waiting and seeing what's going on, surveying, observing the situation before acting. And then the Emperor is for lack of a better term, the complete opposite. The Emperor is someone who goes for what he wants, someone who wants to do what he wants to do and when he wants to do it. He puts caution to the wind at some point for the greater good of his own plan. So these are two different ways of enacting a plan, is the best way I can really describe it. So how this person is really feeling when it comes to you, number twos, is that you may be giving very hot and cold, or there may be either you're giving very hot and cold signals and they don't know how to really react to it, or it could be the opposite. They're just scared of you. They're scared of what you may say. They're scared of what you may think. That goes along with saying people don't believe in me. It could be you. You don't believe in them. You don't think that they are good enough for your presence. They may have done something. You may have done something that wasn't too they didn't really align with the other's morals or values or expectations of the other. And now they're iffy, like they don't know, like, what do I do with this? Like, do I stop and take a gander at what they're doing and what they're gonna do next, or do I go for it? Do I throw caution to the wind and say, hey, I really want to make this connection work for the long haul, And then we have the passion I feel is overwhelming. I don't know how to handle this. They're trying to get it in with you, number twos. Like, that's the best I can really say. They're not trying to dilly-dally, but they are dilly-dallying because they don't know if that dilly-dallying will put a whole monkey wrench in their whole plans or fantasies. I'm seeing a lot of fantasies. But then we have the Six of Wands. What they're looking for is the praise and recognition that they're hoping for, but they're not sure if they really get it. So that's why they're holding back like this with the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is someone who is, going back to Temperance, someone who's taking a step back from the situation and putting their guard up. This, obviously, if you look at it, they're putting their guard up. But their defenses are kind of weak. They have pretty weak defenses because if you look at the illustration here, they're putting sacks of what's in here, rice, sacks of rice or whatever is in these bags up against water. You don't think it's gonna break at some point if they're pushed? If it's pushed? I don't know. I don't know, man. But last one we have is a Three of Swords. Three of Swords, everybody knows what Three of Swords is about, but if you don't, it's about heartbreak. It's about, you know, shattering expectations, about disappointment. So they're disappointed. They don't want to be disappointed. Excuse me. They don't want to be disappointed by what you say, what you're gonna think, what you're gonna do. They want to keep this picture perfect person in their mind and think that they're gumdrops and roses, even though they may have seen something, or even though that they may think that they're not good enough for you. You know, I'm seeing two separate ends of the fence, you know, growing up on two separate ends of the fence. You two may have grown up a little different. So your values are different from their values. Their expectations are different from your expectations. Their whatever it could be. It even could be issues of weight. They may be, or weight or looks. They may have, you know, some self-esteem issues. Last one is I don't understand. They don't understand anything, number twos. If you want to come up to them and, you know, make your grand gesture, you can do that. But they're still wrapped up in their head. I'm surprised the Eight of Swords doesn't come up with being trapped. They're trapped in their own mind when it comes to you. So if you know, I mean, I'll pull out one more card for you. You know, if you want one. Let's see. Let me give one more overall energy card. Let's see. Okay. Well, what came out is passion. I mean, that's kind of what I've been talking about this whole time. So it's not they have great times with their pillow at night when it comes to you. So yeah, so that's as much as I see for you, number twos. Like, comment, subscribe, and notification for all new updates. And if you want a personal reading, all information is in the description. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hello, number threes. This reading is for you. You want to know what the person on your mind's current feelings are towards you. Obviously, I'm going to read the oracle cards up at the top, and then we'll get right into your reading. Okay, so what came out was, first, I can't express myself. Okay. Emotions overwhelm me. And then lastly, I was hurt by you. Okay. All right. So it looks like you did some stuff, number threes. Let's see what actually happened. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Put my cards and laid them out just in case I have to reference them again later on in the video. Let's go with the tarot. What are number threes? Person on their mind, thinking about them right now. What are their current feelings towards them? Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, oh, that's upside down, the Hanged Man, Justice, and then the Five of Pentacles. And then let me do one more. Then last one is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, alright, let's see what we got going on here, number threes. So it looks to me that there was some type of communication that was or not communication, could be, but there was some type of there's some type of truth that came over to them, right? That they found out about you, or the energies could be vice versa, but regardless, they're feeling hurt by you. It feels like they feel like you did something, you wronged them in some way, number threes. It could be a victim complex, it could be actually valid, but let's keep looking. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles could be a work situation. It could be like someone has a lot of money. Money was, in this reading, probably money was stolen, money was swindled in some way. Or it could be that someone was very greedy. It could symbolize that, you know, this symbolizes a woman who has a lot of coins, a lot of money in her chest. But is she looking to share? No, she's just looking to brag. She's just showing it off. So it could be that someone's very greedy, you know, very selfish in a way. The next one we have is the Hangman. Could be a Pisces in this energy, but we have the Hangman here. The Hangman is someone who is not, you know, not looking to do anything. They're in a waiting stance. They're waiting for an answer. They're waiting for a divine call of wisdom, you know. but are they actually ready to hear that divine call of wisdom? Not necessarily sure. If you look at the illustration, the man is hanging. He's waiting for something to change, but his back is turned when the change is right behind him. So but then we have justice here. The justice is, they could be waiting on a decision from you, or maybe they're waiting on making a decision on themselves. What's the best plan of action for their own happiness, safety, and health. It could be. And then we have the Five of Pentacles, which is a very, very odd reading. But the Five of Pentacles is someone who is, this has to do about money again. So it could have to do strongly about money. Maybe someone was withholding finances or something like that. Something to do with finances. And someone doesn't feel chosen. Someone doesn't feel like they're valued. It could even be. They're not shown their worth by you in a way. Assuming that this is, the finger being pointed at you being the wrongdoer in this situation. They feel like you are not holding up your end of the bargain. And last one we have is the Eight of Pentacles. All right. So it could be a situation where it was completely innocent. Maybe you're just, I'm trying to get this money, but we don't see eye to eye for some of you. It can even be a situation where, someone's trying to bury themselves in work to forget about the situation, or they're trying to, not making a decision. The only decision that they're really looking to make right now is to focus on themselves. Their current feelings towards you, that's what this whole thing was about. Number 3, this whole thing was about, was that they're trying to take time for themselves. They're really trying to take time for their happiness, whatever that may look like in their eyes. Everyone's happiness looks different. Happiness to one person may be immense wealth. Happiness to another person may be just immense peace. Happiness to the third person may just be lots and lots of great bed play. Everyone is different in their own respect, but it looks like their sense of happiness is the first one. It means, being valued, wealth, however that may resonate in your situation. Let me do a card. Let me see. Okay, so the overall card we have is vigilance. So it seems like they were watching that you may have been a little selfish, either with your affection or with your money or with your time. There were something about being very vigilant about what was going on in the relationship, and they're baffled. Obviously, they're baffled with the overall energies being, I can't express myself. So they're obviously not the greatest communicators. I don't see any communication cards in these, except for the Eight of Wands. But that's not necessarily that they can't make communication with you. That's necessarily saying that communication came to them. I'm seeing text messages being read but unanswered. I'm seeing calls that are seen but not actually answered, or received, or what have you. Just they're not blocking of communication, really. So I can't express myself. Emotions overwhelm me. I was hurt by you. So these are pretty self-explanatory with the whole reading. It seems like you are the big bad villain. You need to work on yourself, number 3s. Whether or not this is true, whether or not they're misconstruing the whole event of situations, like I said in the beginning, whether this is a victim complex or not, it doesn't really matter when it comes to their feelings and what they are believing is to be true. But yeah, that's as much as I really see for you, number 3s. Like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell for new updates. If you want a personal reading, all information is in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.